So let me guess, you're probably making under $10,000 a month, and you see these guys on the internet, on YouTube, making $500,000 a month, $100,000 a month, $1 million a month, and you're like, how on earth are these guys making this amount of money, traveling the world and not even working, while I'm slaving away, making under $10,000 a month? So I'm going to showcase exactly how these guys are making it happen, and the roadmap that you need to follow, and that every single one of these entrepreneurs has followed in order to get to where they want to get to. Because as you know, you have to go through stages. You can't just hop from, making like under $5,000, let's say $5,000 a month, to 500,000. There's steps that you need to follow. Okay. So in this video, I'm going to showcase exactly the roadmap, okay, that these guys follow and that you can follow in order to make, 100,000, 500,000, even $1 million a month. Okay. So the roadmap from broke to multi-millionaire. Okay. So this is it. And this is what, I've watched countless hours of YouTube videos on these guys and podcasts and all that stuff, right? That's like literally all I do every single day is learn. And like, this is what I'm going to synthesize and showcase how you can do the same. Okay. So this is the most logical, rational, and effective way to go from broke to multi-millionaire, and the exact process I will follow as well. So this is exactly what I'm going to do to become a multi-millionaire in the next like 5 years or so. Okay. Probably earlier. So the first step is going to be freelance work. Okay. Or apprenticeship or anything like that. Okay. So you can't, skip the step. You have to learn the skill set required in order for you to start an agency. Okay. So I'm going to go through all 4 of them real quick so you can, you have context on what I'm talking about. Okay. So the first one is freelance work. Okay. So that's like your apprenticeship phase where you just learn the skills. All right. Then it's agency and done for you, basically done for you work. Like an agency, you do work for other people, usually like higher level people making loads of money. Next one is mentorship or done with you model. So that's where you basically consult them or you mentor them one-on-one or one-to-many in a group coaching, anything like that. And you do stuff with them. So they obviously have to do, implement the systems, but you help them implement them and also guide them along the journey. Okay. Next one is do it yourself or course. Okay. So this is where the big money is made. Okay. And it's extremely leveraged. As you can see, I'll go over that right now, but do it yourself and course is essentially, where you package everything and then also you sell it to them, and it's highly leveraged. Okay. So from here, starting from number 2, the agency, I'll just quickly zoom out. What is up with this? Okay, so you decrease in pricing power, you can charge way more for done for you offer, right? Do everything for them than you do it yourself, because Drake photo. But anyway, I'm going to zoom in because you're getting distracted. The course is going to be way cheaper. Okay. Some courses are obviously very expensive, but usually 90% of the time, the course is going to be less expensive than the done for you, because obviously way more sweat equity, way more work, doing physical work, or not physical, but you know what I mean, than the do it yourself where we have to do everything yourself. And the mentorship is kind of in the middle. Okay. So it's it's more expensive than the agency, or less expensive, but also, increased leverage. So you have to do less work. That's what I said at the beginning, they do less work because they're more leveraged. Okay. So they get more out, and the sun just went behind clouds. That's why it's dark. But they do more work up front, right? So you have to do most of the work, but it's also very leveraged. So, but I'm going to go through every single one right here, okay? So obviously it's going to be a high level, but let's get into it. So freelance work, basically this guy. So it's around $1,000 to $3,000 a month, okay? And this is unfortunately where you have to start out, okay? So you have to start out somewhere, okay? So you have to build up the skill set that you're going to sell in your agency, okay? So this stage doesn't have to take that long, although it can, the apprenticeship stage, where you acquire the skill set, learn the skills, all that kind of stuff. Maybe work for a big company, a small company, doesn't matter. But you have to learn the skill set. So you need to first have a basic understanding of what you're doing before you can source stuff out, okay? And source the stuff out that is painful. But you first have to know what you're doing and learn the skills, okay? So my freelance stage, I started working with Iman back in 2022, and then with Arlen Moore after that. So I had the skill set down, video editing and creating viral content for these guys and building their brand, okay? So I can leverage that and get other people to do it for me now, because obviously I've acquired the skill set, so I can teach other people. So I can get myself a team to do it for other creators, okay? So you can't outsource that which you don't know how to do yourself, because you can't find the flaws in what they are doing. You don't know how to essentially help them with that, because you haven't acquired the skill set, okay? So I have like a basic understanding, like the editors or the people who work for me right now obviously are way better than the skills that I am, because I don't practice it every day, okay? So that's the freelance stage, okay? So that's like, the apprenticeship stage where you build your basic understanding, and it's very important you don't skip this step, okay? Because this is like the foundation of everything. This is where you build the skills, the character traits, and also the beliefs, around charging a lot of money for your services, okay? So the next one is the agency or the done for you, okay? So that's where you do services and provide services for other business owners, okay? So usually around like $8,000, that's when you start, can outsource your stuff. That's when you can start outsource your media buying and also the content and, maybe lead generation or stuff like that. You can start outsourcing. That's around like $8 to, $3,200,000 a month. So, that's that. That's where it starts, like $8,000 a month, but usually around the 30 to 100,000. That's where the agency model is most prevalent. Okay, so this is where the fun starts. Okay, I outsourced the fulfillment, from my agency work from the get-go, because I knew, because like, let's say you've skipped the freelancing, you're still a freelancer. Okay, yeah, scrap that. Like, if you do the services yourself, you're not an agency, okay? You are essentially a freelancer, okay? Even if you're making $20,000 a month, you're still a freelancer, okay? Because like, I'll go into it right now. But I outsourced the fulfillment from the get-go because I knew there are people better than me at the skill. And I frankly didn't want to do it, okay? I knew, like, getting to the next level, I can't, not waste time, but like use my time in the editing work, or like the media buying, or the lead generation, or the email marketing, or anything like SMS marketing, anything like that, because I need to get to the next level and acquire the skills of the next stage, okay? So I also don't want to do that. I also don't want that to be the bottleneck in my business. So as a CEO, I hate calling myself that, but anyway, you make decisions and you work on the business and not in it, okay? You don't work in the business, you make the high-level decisions on the business, okay? Which allows it to grow, okay? And scale to like the $100,000 a month mark, which is my goal, like 7 figures a year with my agency, okay? So you are the middleman, okay? So when I said if you're doing the services yourself, you're still a freelancer, even if you're making $20,000, $30,000 a month, okay? Because an agency is the middleman. Think of Uber and Airbnb, okay? Like, they don't own the cars. Like, Uber doesn't own the cars. They don't have a garage with all the cars in it. Airbnb doesn't have all this real estate. They are the middleman, right? Like, they don't own the cars or the houses. They are the middleman for the buyer and the seller. You are just connecting the buyer with the supplier, okay? You are basically like an Uber for your service. You are just connecting the someone who wants a lift and the driver. You are connecting those two, and you get like the commission or the difference, okay? So all you have to do is sales and team management. That's all I do at the moment, okay? And you don't have to even do sales if you don't want to, because, okay? So like, you can obviously outsource the sales and stuff like that, but at the moment I work with pretty high level people, so like, I don't have much calls. Today I was actually extremely busy. I literally have a sales call in like 40 minutes, 37 minutes. So today's pretty busy, but I have to get this video out. So you don't have to do sales, but you can also outsource that. But I usually get like 2 calls a day, which isn't too bad. So I don't have to outsource that yet. Okay, not with my agency at the moment. Okay, so that's the agency and the done for you side. So I'm currently in this stage, okay, around like the $20,000 to $30,000 a month mark. All right, and I want to at least get to 7 figures a year before I start with the next one. So this is this one. So in the next like 12 months, I'll probably be there. Okay, so mentorship or done with you. Okay, so this is around like the $50,000 to $500,000 a month mark. Okay, so this is highly leveraged. Okay, because you're basically providing insights. You are only providing insights to one-to-one, like that's mentorship, or one-to-many, which is like group coaching, okay? And like if you have some form of a program or courses or content, stuff like that you sell in your course, it's obviously very specific and also exclusive, right, to your course. So the more personalized it is, the more you can charge. So like one-to-one, you can obviously charge way more than one-to-many, okay? This is like coaching on basically what you do here. Is it done with you, right? You build like the sales process for them. You build the, acquisition side of things for them. You build out their fulfillment structure, stuff like that with them, okay? So you can charge quite a lot of money, more than the course, okay? Because like, as I said, it's a decrease in pricing power from the agency, but you can still charge quite a lot. Or sometimes even more. Like these two are, similar, pretty similar. You can charge like less year, more year. Some agencies charge like $2,000-$3,000 a month, and some coaching programs or done with you mentorship charge like $15,000-$20,000. So it all depends. Okay. So yeah, the more personalized, the more you can charge, obviously, and with the expertise and knowledge you gathered from scaling your agency. Okay, like. I'll get into it. It's a bit of a rant, but anyway, so scaling agency, you can essentially tell people what to do and what is keeping them stuck, okay? So this is where the big money is made, okay? Most people quit the agency at around $20,000 to $50,000 a month because this model is just so much better. Like this model is just so much more leverage, so much better. But like, here's the thing. If you start your coaching business at around $20,000, $30,000 a month, it's going to be very difficult to scale to like the, $500,000, $1 million, $1.2 million a month, because like you are capped. You don't have the skill set of scaling businesses to $100,000 a month because you haven't done it yourself. So like, that's why I want to get to at least, that's why I said, I'll be transitioning over to this model. Once I'm at 7 figures, I feel like I first need to get some expertise in the field before I can share my insights, okay? So a lot of people just get to $20,000 a month with their agency and then they coach people. But like how you can only coach people below you because like you can't, let's say you're making $20,000, $30,000 a month. You can't coach someone, or you can, if you really want, you can do anything, but like you can't coach someone making $50,000 a month because like he's making more than you. You should coach him or he should coach you. So like if you're at $100,000 a month, you can coach anyone below you, okay? So that's why I'm doing that. It's a bit of a long-term play, okay? So getting to $30,000 a month isn't scaling. You just sign a few extra clients and with time, okay? So getting to $80,000 to $100,000 a month requires skill and time in the field. So like you actually have to have a good service and not a lot of churn, so people who leave your service, and you need to acquire a lot of people per month as well. So, and that obviously takes time because like, let's say, you sign 4 people a month and 2 people leave. So, every single month you're going to add 2 people, right? But those 2 people, let's stay on for 3 months. So it's going to compound. It's going to compound every month and you get to $100,000 a month. So it just takes time, okay? And I want to get to that level before I start coaching. You also have more authority in the space, okay? So, I see a lot of people getting to 20, 30, and, the agency isn't like the base model. There's obviously much better, much more lucrative, much more leveraged, the mentorship / done with you. But like, people opt out of the agency real quick because it's not the best model, just to get stuck at like $20,000, $30,000 a month with their coaching because they, couldn't scale the agency, which is basically what you're doing with this model, is helping other people scale. If you can't do it yourself, how on earth are you going to coach other people to do it? Okay. So, you're basically just relying on luck and the people that are joining your coaching program, rather than your skill set. Okay. So it's out of your control. So, next one. So this is the do-it-yourself / course, highly leveraged, and you can't really charge that much. You can charge like a lot, but like it's this is take this with a grain of salt, okay? It's just like in general. All right. So this is where you get to like the $100,000 a month to $1 million a month, and that's like correct. Like a lot of people see this and like, how on earth? Like my mentor, like Charlie Morgan, is making $1 million a month. So like, it's possible, okay? And I have almost no doubt like I'll be there as well. Just give it like 10 years and I'll get there. So you're not playing around here no more. Like the do-it-yourself, you have to have a very extensive course. Like you need to be extremely knowledgeable in your field, a lot of experience, a lot of skills, a lot of clients went through your service, a lot of iterations on your product. Like this is where you build a real business, okay? So like, multiple millions a year. Like obviously I'm not at that stage yet, but that's like a lot of people get there. It's like it's not that difficult, okay? It just, I have no doubt I'll get there. It's just going to take some time. But like the $1 million a month level, yeah, that will definitely require a lot of skills, okay? You can make like $1 million a month, a year, $1 million a year, pretty, you know, easily, okay? Just by getting a lot of clients, okay? So at like the course stage and getting to $1 million a month or like 8 figures, that's definitely requires a lot of skill. So obviously, I don't know exactly how the steps I need to follow to get to this level and what exactly happens here, but basically you're packaging your expertise in a course and selling that to people below you. Like, you are only going to sell to people below you. That's why if you scale your agency to like $100,000 a month, your client pool is much bigger because you have a lot more authority. So let's say get to $10,000 a month. Like, there's not a lot of people, there is obviously a lot of people making below 10, but you need to have a bigger audience then, because like it's going to be a lot of lower level people. I don't like to call it that, but like people making less than $10,000 a month. That sounds extremely rude, but like $10,000 a month is like a lot for some people, but I can guarantee you it's not that much. But like obviously there's a lot more people making less than $10,000 a month than making more, okay? So yeah, you're just gonna have to build a bigger audience then, okay? So this is a collection of all the insights you gathered by going through all the stages, okay? So extremely leveraged, but the only downside is it's all up to the client to make it happen. It's do it yourself. Like, you know, do it yourself. It's like you have to go through the course yourself. You have, you know, some help like coaching calls and, you know, the actual course itself. But other than that, it's all on you, okay? So this is a stage I want to get to in the next 5 to 10 years. This is where you build an actual company. Like most people cap out at a few $1 million a year. It sounds like so little, but like obviously if that's your goal, like it's still a lot of money, okay? So which is obviously amazing, but I want to get to like the 8-figure mark, okay? So that's my goal. And the only way to get to that is through a course. Like I don't see a lot of people doing like the done with you or like the mentorship getting to like 8 figures. Because like it's still leveraged, but like this is the most leveraged, and this is the way to get to, you know, the 8-figure mark. Like this is a bit difficult because you're still a bit more hands-on, but like the do-it-yourself, people can enroll in the course, and there's no time commitment from like the course creator. Like they have to do basically nothing, no onboarding, nothing like that. Just go through the course, just buy and just go. Obviously there's coaching stuff and stuff like that, but like mostly up to the client, okay? So yeah, the only way to do that and the most lucrative and the best way is through a course. There are obviously lots of other ways like investing in businesses, you know, equity in businesses, real estate, that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about like the online space and like the whole transition that most entrepreneurs go through, you know, the freelance, agency, mentorship, or like the done with you, that you then package these two and a little bit of this into your course, okay? So that's basically that. And this takes around like 10 years, okay? So this entire stage takes like 10 years, okay? So yeah, it's like a decade of experience. And so you can't just go from boom, 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 like just want to get to $1 million a month. Like it takes time to build the skill set and build the beliefs and the character traits of someone who can make that happen, okay? You can't just skip steps, okay? So yeah, that's basically that. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I think I really enjoyed making this one as well. Just going through, just so you have a roadmap. Like, you know, it's important to have the roadmap because then you know what like the stages you are at, and then also what you're going to transition into once you've acquired the skill set. Okay. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and then I see you on Thursday's video. Bye bye.